So text A. Come on board. Thanks. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing okay. Just adding more people to the sending more links. That was why. Hope you guys are all right. Benga, Dr. Mba, Katori Tex, Ijeoma, and Benjamin. You guys are doing all right, right?
We're
Yeah,
fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine. It's only network wahala
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's
yes, sir.
well. I'm sorry. I don't. I can't say it's everywhere because it's not. It's not everywhere. Well,
No,
I hope it gets
it's not
better.
everywhere.
It's not everywhere because we the enjoy for here, so it's not everywhere at all. Well, we hope it will get better, Sha.
Even network and light issue in Nigeria now is not yes.
Hey, Chineke. May God help us.
Mm.
God will help us. Hope you guys are doing all right, Sabi.
Yes, thank God.
I think I've
We're doing
sent
our best.
to, yes, so we can only do our best, my dear, and leave the rest for God.
Yes.
God now go handle the
Yes.
rest. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let me just send the last one to. No, 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 no. All right, so for me, I'm just noticing it's like all the people that have picked interest before when we started this web design class, it's like they now probably change their mind, or is it the network thing or what? I don't know actually, but well, we'll, we'll move on, and let's see what is going on where we stopped last. Uh, so joins the community. Well, let me put up share before I forget again. Last time I saw only me just the talk. I don't know say I not share my screen. When last any of you guys actually come into this community? I'm not sure. Mhm. It's been a while, I guess. You guys not come to this community. Let me update this very particular plugin. Update now. Yep, updated. Got source panel. Brenda, please talk to me. You raise your hand up.
Yes, sir. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you, Benga.
All right. The first the site you gave us and the password uh for the team. I tried to log in and they were saying the user could not be found.
Yes, I said the last time we were talking, I said because I was, before what happened is I usually do the video, then I instead of putting the video on publish on YouTube, I'll put it, don't I don't publish it. So I will now carry the link, paste the link here. So, but this time around, I discovered that a lot of people were complaining the other time that they were not, able to play the video and everything. So I just decided to make all the video public. So after all, it's a free class, even though I was dedicating the training just for you guys. But I just felt it's a free training, so just leave it public. So the same time, I remember that last time that we did the video, it was I was showing the platform, I was showing what the platform can do, I was showing my email, the email, the use password, the username, everything was showing on the video recording. So and I felt because of that, I don't want to cut that part out for other people who are actually going to watch the video. What I did was I changed the email and changed the password and I provided to the admin in the group. And I told him to give to anyone who asked. And I feel if anybody need, and I also said it in the group that if you need it, I explain in the group, look at what happened. And I also ask if you need it, speak with the admin. And I don't know. So let me so now I'm doing the Zoom. Also, I will not want to show it also now on the platform. So what I will do is I'll get it, I'll stop this sharing of the screen. I'll copy the username and the email address and the password, and I'll paste it inside the group. So everybody who want to access it. But why I didn't paste it in the group is not everybody that is actually attending the training. So you paste it to the group, someone don't even know what it is. You can go in there, take it, and actually just don't know the rules that are put in place. And that was why I wanted you, anybody who needs to speak to Elekwe, like a champion. Hope you know him, right? All of you, right? So you
Yes,
speak to
I
him.
it was him that gave me the same the new one. But that same new one I used to log in. That is saying the user could not be found. Because I
No,
spoke to him, he now said I should, I should reach out to you. So I even left message to you on WhatsApp. You didn't check.
it's actually working, and I don't want to start logging in while we are recording because it's still going to, or let me stop this thing and try it. It's like somebody have went and changed the password or username or whatever thing. Because that's exactly the instruction I gave that nobody should change that because now the password is saying incorrect password. So which means somebody went and changed it. And that's the instruction I gave the last time. I said nobody should change the password. And that's the problem with trying to, trust people. And that's one thing I don't like really, sincerely. When you give instruction, people don't actually like to follow it. And that's really so annoying. Somebody have gone to actually change the password now. Now it's let me just try to see if I can get it back. Mm. Quite when you give instructions, it's a very simple instruction. Don't change it. But people are always funny. And do you think I want to trust anybody now to give them access to my resources anymore. All I need to do is maybe let me see if I can even access it first. If the person has not changed the email as well, because that's exactly what I said we shouldn't do. But you just talk now. People still do what they have in mind, just to actually mess it up for every other person. Because right now, for the fact that I discovered that people have changed the what they call it, the password, do you think I want to give it again to anybody? Let me even see if I can actually even have access to it anymore. So because you don't know whether somebody too has even changed the password and the email.
But that was very bad of anybody to have done.
That's
Because you go
exactly what it is.
back.
Because that day I felt because it was a video that we did, and every of the processes we did was on the video recorded, and I
Mm,
felt there's no point, trying to do that to. So now the person now went again and changed um, the password. So why would you want to do that when there was a
mm,
simple instruction not to allow that happen?
mm. Well,
So I got it back. So all right. So what I would do is copy the link, go to our Zoom chat. So use email password. Let me copy it. Let me log in. Take the same Babia Tolu. All right, so that's the login details. I've sent it in the chat. So look at it in the chat there. All right, so I've sent it to the chat. It's in the chat there. So we have so you have your what do you call it? I've sent it to the chat group. So please you can take the link there and all that. And hope nobody will mess it up anymore. All right. So can you bring so any more questions before we start? We already have 15 minutes, 18 minutes already. Are you still having questions, Benga? Benga, are you still having any question because you're still raising your hand up?
Yes, sir.
What is the question,
Sir,
please?
I want to ask the classic editor and the Elementor editor. The Elementor, does it come with WordPress?
You're confusing yourself. I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Okay, by the time you register, you buy domain and username, and you now install through Elementor. You know, by the time you now go
No,
and put the
you're confusing. You're confusing. You're
plugin.
confusing yourself, Benga. Classic editor is
Okay,
when you
I don't
are
I don't
actually
know.
writing your content. Classic editor is when you write, when you do your blog post, where you're posting. That's where classic editor is. So what has that to do with Elementor?
Okay, class editor is when you are posting.
Yes.
Ah,
So you don't know the question you're asking.
okay.
So if you're asking question, I definitely know if you know what you're talking about. If you
So
once you don't know
which
what
I'm
you're
even
talking
I
about,
was
I know
getting it confused.
that's one thing. So figure out
So
yourself what you do. So this is this plugin here is classic editor, which is this one. That's what it is. And the job is when you go to your posts and click add new posts, you have this interface. All this interface is what you have. That is the classic editor. It has nothing to do with Elementor, so you're confusing yourself. So this is classic editor. This gives you these very particular functionalities that you see here. All this functionality is what classic editor gives you. That is exactly what we talked about. So I don't know where you get the whole Elementor into it. So please sit down, understand your questions, and ask me again if you remember. Okay.
okay, sir. What I'm trying to say now that you cannot use classic editor to edit the content, to edit the theme that you plug in, that you
So
install.
my concern with questions is when you ask question, I expect you to have watched the video. I've seen where I actually talked about everything through the process. And if everything that I said is not clear to you and you've watched the video is not clear, That is when you're talking to me. And when you're talking to me with questions, I know if you understand what you're saying, or if you watch the video, or if you follow up, or if you didn't follow up. Because if you're telling me right now that you're trying to say you want to use Classic Editor to edit your website, then you're making me feel you don't even know what you're saying. Your Classic Editor is just if you want to post your blog post on your website. That is the job of a Classic Editor, to give you that different field on giving you every features that you need to do your blog on your website. Elementor is to actually build and customize your website. So it's a two different thing, and that's why your question is irritating me, because it doesn't make any sense when you are thinking that way. If you have watched the video, if you follow us, you definitely know that you are confusing yourself. So please go back to the videos or previous videos and watch instead of dragging us. We've spent 22 minutes just because of you doing practically nothing. So please go back to the videos. Thank you, Benga. So the last time we actually discussed, this is where we are on the WordPress repository. We were actually focusing on, we've done with almost everything here. We talked about the basic concept of SEO, which is the fundamental of SEO. We talked about content, also search engine optimization, which we focus on WordPress on this course, which the video was there. You can actually also go and watch the video in case you miss it. We've covered a lot actually. We talked about introduction of WordPress and web design, which on that very particular topic, we cover what is WordPress and how WordPress work. We cover the difference between WordPress.org and also WordPress.com. And we talked about on the hosting setup in conjunction with WordPress SMS. We talked about how to buy your hosting and also set it up. We talk about how to install your WordPress website from your cPanel. We'll also talk about how to go into your WordPress, the overview of the WordPress, every section of the WordPress that you have, everything that has to do with all that you have on your WordPress. We also talked about that. We also talked about understanding theme, plugins, and content management, which means everything that has to do with how to do your posts, your pages. What is the pages section for? The pages are actually where you have static pages like homepage, about us, contact us, about us, all those, our contact us, everything that has to do with your front end, which is more like the static, because they are all static. And what do we mean by static, by the way? Static is if you have a page that somebody have to click, or somebody have to come to the website to click. First of all, before getting that information, it is called static page. So from the homepage, about us, our services, project, contact us, they are all static. The only thing that is not static is the block section. And why the block section is not static, which is the post section, is because when you make a post from your website, it goes outside your website. If you connect it to maybe your social media, it goes outside your website. Then when somebody clicks on it from outside, it brings in customers. If at all you are selling something or you're rendering services, it brings in viewers and your audience. If at all you're just doing blog post. So he goes out to bring in people in, so it's not static. But your every other page from your website is actually static. So we talked about that on understanding the theme, plugins, and everything that had to do with that. We also talked about building your first website utilizing free themes and plugins, which we talked about starting to start customization using templates like Page Builder, which would also we focus on the header, the footer, which we all know that your head of the website is on top here. The rest of the sections here are all body of your website, and the down, which is the last part, it is your footer. So you have your footer, you have the body of the footer, then you also have the head. So that's we actually have, which we focused on the head footer customization. We also focus on also utilizing Page Builder to customize the body. So we actually did the whole working on the head section, which you have to go change the logo of this very particular section, work on this place, because sometimes when you bring in you install a demo, it might comes in with a lot of pages underneath this one. So you take them out. Every sections here you want to put in link or anything you want to do, you can actually do that there. Then your hero section here, which is more of like the attraction, because after somebody comes to your website, if the person is coming to your website through phone, they might practically not even see this very particular guy because it's going to be hidden somewhere. They have to click on it, from that section to give them access. This is the first thing everybody will see. So you make sure it's sellable, make sure it's actually saying a lot of things that the person don't even need to pass this very place. With this section, the person should be able to understand what the website is about. It's very, very, very important. When you're building a website, these very sections should say almost everything, because here the person will see the name of the website, the person will see a little bit about the information about the website, the person can have link to go to about us to get more information, the person can have a link to do whatever the person, you the owner, wish you want the person to do. If you remember what I said earlier on, I said when it comes to building a website, you are the architect of that website. It is what you want, it's how you want it that the website will come out. So it's not like, oh, this is the way we normally do it. No, it is the way that you decided to design the website. That is why you are a designer. As a consultant, your job is to design, is to make sure you have all the understanding of how you want it to look like. I can bring in 10 different websites of the same services that I create for a client, but every single one of them, when you look at them, you see, they're all doing the same business, but all of them have different looks, all of them have different feel. Oh, yes. And somebody asked me one time, but these clients of yours don't actually know each other. So you can practically use one team and decide to design the same business for all of them because they're not even in the same area. They don't even, so, but I said no, because your creativity stops when you start thinking. Your creativity stops when you start trying to do something outside the box, something different. So when you are actually in the forefront to design and to do jobs, you want to come out to do something unique, something different. The first website I designed, the second one must be better than it. The third one must be better than the two. The fourth one must be better than the three. The 10th one must be better than the nine. It is more better you get when you are actually designing. So you must make sure you have this in the back of your mind every single time, all the way. So we have that. Uh, then we talked about understanding pages and content management system. We focus on content management, all about pages, posts, media sections. We talked about every of those things also as well. Then we jumped from there, we went into one page SEO foundation, which was the last course we have, classes that we have, which we talked extensively about all that you need to know. We installed a what? A SEO all-in-one SEO plugin that gave us access to be able to achieve so many of those results. So if you open this right now, we can actually see the last one we checked off. You can see we did extensively. This will have a section now where we actually work on. This is the preview of how it looks like when somebody search on this website outside. Here the person see it on Google. This is how it will show. It will show the name of the owner of this platform. It will show their what title, which is the Executive Virtual Assistance and Digital Solution. We can actually see the link actually of this very particular article. We can also see the title of the article, and we can also see what the meta description of what this very particular post is about. Very unique. And when you go through it to see it on the mobile phone, this is also how it's going to look like on the mobile phone this way. And it's just because we really do not want to go into detail. If you want to also have a mobile view to actually have your own mobile view, because what we did was we did everything that had to do with what the desktop view. But if you go, the mobile view is also taking what everything that we did on the desktop view and is also populating it. But if you look at the sections here, you could see that we needed max of what 160 actually max. That's what is recommended. On the desktop, we were able to do what? Not even achieve it, because it's like we didn't even post anything there. We allowed the plugin to automatically fetch whatever content, which is actually too much. It's have 4,577, which is way out of what we need. Same thing with the title. We actually allow it to actually pull out the post title, the separator. You can see that they have a separator as well. Then also come in the what site title. So we have like about 140 out of 160, out of 60. So every of these things, for you to actually get it right, if you can see now, we have 70 by 100, and it's showing orange. And when it's showing orange, can anybody tell me in the comment section what that means when it's showing you orange? If you see such on the comment section, what do you think it is when it's showing that very particular one? Anybody? One is showing you orange, is showing you that you actually, yeah, you have tried, but you've not done anything. So it needs to actually be on green for you to be able to know that you've actually did something about it. So our class today is more of building form and also basic functionality. So we are supposed to talk about contact form and every other form, also customizing form and setting up email. So now on this very section, for us to be able to, get it right, is for us to actually do what? Take away these guys before. Let me just refresh your memory, and let's go back up and see if we can pick up something from the beginning. So we can just pick up this guy. Let's say, for example, the title is Ditch the Community and Embrace Keyword Unpacking Revolution. No, this is actually not our content, right? Hold on. I thought we deleted all the content concept of working from home. Did we? Are we the one that actually the only way to find out is we have what's the name? Let me go into, let me see. I was just thinking that's not our content. Executive assistant. Was it ours? What is the name of, what did we do last year? Uh, was it our posts? Executive assistants. Just wanted to see if that's our posts. I could not remember again. That's an article we posted. Every small blog. I think this is the last one. Why I think that's the last one we have. I think that's the last one we have, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Every Why every small business. So I don't think maybe this is us. I'm not sure this is our content. I'm not sure we are the one that created this one. The wine, the changes, the wings of changes. No, this is not ours. No wonder, because I was like, all the ones we did, we tried. So let me take it off. I'm not sure we are the one that did that. 5 signs that yes, why yes, how to create basic 7 marketing strategies. I think this is what we have, but I don't know. So, but this is exactly the way. Yep. So this is what we did throughout. If you know you missed the video for the last class we had, it is actually also here. All you need is to just go in and actually check it out. You can actually see the content. The video is there. Basic SEO concepts and optimizing your search engine optimization and all that. The video is here. You can actually go and also watch it. From 9 till now, no video. That is somebody saying from 9 till now, no video. No video yet. No video. Osin. Uh, I don't understand. Does it mean did what happened? Why they say no video? This is not the video. Anyway, I don't understand what this means. How do you mean? So they can explain. I don't know what they mean by no video. So video is here when you can actually come and watch it. All right. So what we're focusing on today is uh basic form and basic functionality. So before we move on to that, do we have any questions, please? From the recap that I have, do we have any questions? All right. I think that's no question. Now, when we talk about basic building form and basic functionality, using plugin like Contact Us Form and also WP Form. That's it's supposed to be WP Form, yeah, to create form, okay, and also customize form and setting up email notification. Well, that is also great. So usually every single time that you actually install any team that you install, they all comes in with contact. Now this contact is the one that always, if you look at some forms, let's go to contact us. You can see on this contact us, this very form that says enter your name, your email, choose subject, probably the services you want us to render. Then they'll also tell you to actually fill in your feed. Every of this information, you fill it up. Then you actually do all that. You can actually get all that done. All of this, you can actually get all those information. Then you type in what you need to type, then click make appointment. Now, this for sure is for you to actually have an appointment with the platform or the service provider. Now, once you click submit and make appointment, it goes already to the email address that is connected to the contact us form. All right. So you get that, which means we have this here. And also, if you go up here and click make appointments, it brings you back to the contact us sections because the same particular link over there at this section is what was there. So they also added contact us form. If you look down on my left down, you can see http:/wordpress.com, blah, 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 BetTech contact us form. So that is the link that is still there. And that link that is there is not the link from Ejoma John, is the link from the WebTech, the very particular demo. So we need to make sure we have the right link over there. So if you can see, if I click this now, it's taking me outside, which means even though I go here now, any information I put in here is not going to also go to Ejoma John. It's going to go to whatever owners of this very particular team. So we need to make sure we set it. That's why the first thing we want to do is to actually make sure we set all this information from the start. That allows us to be able to put the right link here, to put every sections that everything here need to be set up properly, which is the header, which is the first thing you need to worry about. Then you worry about the hero section. Then you start talking about how to go down to the end and also do the needful on this section. Now, we've already dealt with the whole header, body, and footer customization. If you missed that video, please go back to the a particular video on our platform and actually go in and check for the video over there, how to customize the header and the footer customization. You can see that there. You can see also how to customize the body of the website. This will give you extensive understanding of how to work around this. But today we want to talk about form. So we're focusing on how to build, how to use the forms, everything how to do with contact form 7. So every single time you install any theme, you always see this very particular contact. It's called contact form. That is the name of this very particular plugin. If you go to plugin, automatically always come. There is no theme that you're going to see that does not have this very particular contact form. You will always see this contact form in any team. Now, why did you normally use it? That tells you that the very particular team is very growing, because you can see that they are 6.0.6. They are very, very big. Unlike if you look at some other team, you can see apart from these very catches that are 7.1, every other teams are less, but they have been around from the inception of WordPress because they are free. You can use the form to do all the things you want to do for free. So it doesn't give you that, but at least if there's certain things you want to achieve, you cannot achieve it. That will also give us access to talk about WP form, where you can actually be able to do so much that you want to do with WP form compared to what you can do with the normal conventional contact us form. So when you come in, you click on contact us, it gives you access to the very, demo, or should I say available ones they've put on the website. Some of them are just there for demo purposes, and some of them are also connected on the website. So we know we have one link that is working inside this guy and one that is working inside contact us form. So we know we have one form. And for us to be able to know which of the form that is inside here, all we need to do is to go up to the edit with Elementor. So what we're trying to do now, we want to edit the contact us form for the Elementor. What we're trying to achieve is to be able to know which of the form link from all these ones that are here is actually the one that is controlled here. So we click on edit with Elementor on these sections here. It opens up the Elementor editor, which we need to now look at it. Let's scroll down. So by clicking on it, it's going to show you it's using contact form V1. So it's using contact form V1. So you can see we have so many of the contact form, but using contact form V1. So we'll go back to contact form V1, which is here. So which means this is the one that is actually used here. So if you want to customize anything, you cannot do it here. You can't customize anything here because everything is already customized inside your contact form. So let's click on it. So you can see that they have access to, when it comes to the subject, which is here, subject is talking about IT consult, UI/UI design. So if you want to change anything from here, all you need to do is to just come in between all these very particular sections that you have under the hyphens. That's where you change anything you want to change from there. You can decide to change. Let me, bold it a little bit. So inside this says you can actually come in here. If you don't have anything like IT consult, you put in what you have. You just click this guy and put in what you want inside all this, or inside all these guys. That is what you do. You actually make sure you actually put that there. Okay. So let me take it back and reset it. So now we have all these guys here, and so far so good. What you need to do is you come down. If you feel you want to change anything, you can change anything. Anything you change here now can actually be affected on this very section. So let me even go out for it. So you don't really know what we're using there. So let's just go out and see what it is. So here, anything you want to change from these sections here is what you do on the other end here. That's what you do. You make sure you have all that this guy is not always trying to, calm down. Let me bring you down a little bit. I'll put you somewhere here. All right. So now, if you go to the email section, which is where the problem is always there, you can see now that the email here is owned by the owner of this very particular team. That is where we put Ijoma's email address. And the funny thing is, most times they don't actually want to actually carry the conventional email address that we normally have. They like to have the conventional. And I think the email address of Ijoma is also info at something, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. We've not updated it on this very particular site yet, but I know it's something that has to do with info. So Ijoma, can you send me your email address on? I know definitely it's something that has to do with info, right? We know we've actually take away all the whole stuff from this very website. We've not added your own information the way it was before. So um, let me see. I don't. If I open it now, I'm gonna see that very particular username and password, which is not what I want to see. So let me just stop it and copy it because I know it's gonna show the what they call it. It's gonna show the email address and the information which I don't want anybody to see. Yeah, so let's go back to share. Let me go out from here first, then we can now share the Zoom. Yep, share. That's good. All right, so now I'll go back here now. I'll now paste Ijoma's. Then I'll also, you can see now, he has seen that we've pasted this guy here. So we also have to change it here. This site admin. If site admin, let's go to setting. Let me go to setting. Now, if I go to setting, you can see it's admin at Ijoma that is here. So good. So it can actually decide. So it can actually decide to use. If you go here, we can decide to say site admin. If we leave it as site admin, sure, they will pick up that very particular admin at ijomajohn.com. If we want to use this very one here, info at, we can actually use it. So I can actually say I want to use it the same email that we have. So we have this same email here and this one, so we can use this. So but sender address does not belong to this site. Yeah, so what this means is this very particular email here does not actually belong to this very particular hosting server. That is the reason why it flagged it, because here is info at pehf at gmail.com, but we already have on our platform a email that is actually so we can actually use that. So let's go back to it, because you can't pick it up because this email here is not the email of the server. Remember, the email of this server is what Ijoma John. So now you can see there's no error. Now everything is okay and all is going well. So far so good. I can now click on save, and now if anybody sends any particular from this section here now, somebody sends anything here now, it goes in straight to Ijoma's John email address. Okay, we can actually see every of those information. So now we can get that. I'm sure I sent in all the login details to you, Ijoma, so you can actually, I think I've sent it to you, I'm sure, login details to access not just your website, but your hosting. So you have access to your official email, so you can actually see everything there. So let's say, for example, you can actually check this out right now to see if it works. So I can actually do this and I can select UI, US. I can say, uh, can I get this project done in 3 weeks. So you can actually do that. So can I get this done in 2 weeks? So I actually do what? I make an appointment. So now I've actually make an appointment, and she will definitely see this on her email. Then she can actually also reply, because automatically my email will pull, my phone number will pull, and she know who is the person talking, and she know among the jobs that she's rendering as a service, she knows that, so she can now reply to say, yes, it's possible, or no, we can't do it in 3 weeks, but we can do it in 4 weeks, or yes, we can do it, all that. Then the whole process of discussion about what it will cost and everything will go. Now, two ways. Second way again is you can also utilize this as an appointment. So if I've selected everything and I selected, I'm not saying I want to book an appointment with you so that I can discuss this very particular service with you. That again you can actually make. So it's either you make an appointment platform, which means somebody click this to say make an appointment. The person can now come to your physical office and sit down and discuss with you about the service. You can decide not to do it as an appointment. You can actually decide to say book a service, or request for quotes. So that you can actually change this to. You can change this to request for a quote, because one, I feel requesting for a quote will be better, because you don't need people coming to your office. That, for me, I actually don't like people coming to my office. I just like you to just tell me what you want me to do for you, then I'll do it. So you can do request for a quote. So when you request for a quote, here it gives you, let me see, requests, yeah, for a quote. Now, if I save this, it's best when I refresh now. What am I getting? I will see request for a quote. I feel this is more better. Instead of people booking appointments, they now fill this information and say, I want this. So when person send you this, you will now prepare your quote and send your quote to them for your service. Yes, part of the quote is, yes, we can actually actualize this under 3 weeks. You can even do it under 2 weeks, 5 days, and your quote is, this is the amount of money that will cost you to do this very particular service. That is good. Then the person reply, can I get the best price? You can decide to say, yes, I can do this kind of 10% for you. Oh, that's good for us. Thank you. So we want to start the job. They can start the job. So I prefer request your quote or appointment. But there are two different things. You want to book an appointment, you want people to come to your physical office, leave it as book your appointment. But on the subject matter here, what are they going to be coming to discuss about? Is it any of these services they want to come and discuss? Sure, everything now is online. You don't need anybody coming to your office, because they might actually also forget. They might also have something important. They might have reason not to come again. But when we talk about the physical, especially with the transportation issues and the cost of everything back there in the country, you don't expect somebody coming to your office. You want to discuss everything online. So instead of leaving it for appointments, make it request for a quote or request for a service. Any of those ones can work. You can see now that we've changed something from here, which is this section, and here. So this same place, you can decide to change your services. If this is not the services you render, you can add the services that you render here, and you're good to go. So you already have this, and your email address is updated here. So that's all you need to do to customize your form. And you can decide to, make it, change this one to contact form or to anything you want. But of course, this very particular one does not show anywhere around here. And if you want to customize this information, remember what to do. You click on what? Edit with Elementor. It gives you access to that form and that contact us page. Then you can now do what? Utilize this section by changing your address of your website. You can change this address here by going where? Phone section, change all the information here. And also you can actually come to the email section. If you want to actually put in any sample information here, you can actually do that. You can also do what? Address info. You can actually put all this information here, and you can go and get the Google Map link and also put here. It's a very simple thing to do. So then you can actually do what? Change everything that had to do with what you have. So if you want, just do, for example, you remove this and put this email address there. You can see it has changed. But of course, this other one here, you can also do what? Also put the second email address. In case you have two email address, both of them will now also be there. Okay, you can also do the same with your phone number. You can change all that. With your address, you can change all that. Then you can come down to the form section. You can now click any part of it. You see, you can actually do what? Change all this information, change everything here, change everything here. All of these you can do. And when you're done, you go up and click what? Publish. And once you click publish, then the form is set. You can actually now exit your WordPress, then also go to your contact us page, and you can actually see that everything that you did, you see, you've changed. If at all we've changed this, you can see. If at all we change this, you can see. If at all we change anything here, you can actually see. So basically, the form that you have on the contact us form are all set up already. When you go in there, you just go in there and change what you want to change. And once you're done, when you know that every part of the website is actually doesn't have any other form, like let's go down and check if you're going to see another form on the website. So we know we've seen the one for contact us. So let's see if we're going to get any form again here. There is no form. The only form here that they have is enter your email address, which is more of like your newsletter. That's usually should be controlled, not, let me see. So it's not controlled by this very particular section here for getting your contact information. I'm not sure if it's anyone here, but if it is, you can actually figure it out how to do that. So it is so easy to do all that. It's very easy. So we've seen how to use contact us form. And if you want to create your own afresh, all you need to do is to make sure you go to add new form. But when you click add new form, they will give you basic automatically of your name, your email address, your subject, and also the text information automatically. It's not that you're going to be the one to create because it's code. So they automatically create the code. When you just click add new, you can now give it any title you want to give it up. Let's say, for example, you want to give it up, say, just checking. So let's say just checking. And you can actually now do what? Save. Now, when you save it, you can just do what? Copy the code. Look at the code here. You just copy it and go to, let's say, page. Click add new page and do what? Paste that page, it's here, and give it a title, just, for example. Then we do what? Click on publish. So when you click publish, we'll now go and actually see the link. Let's see how it works. So you can see it gives you just the basics, your name, your email address, your subject, and the message, then submit. That's the basic. It is you now that might go in there to say, oh, okay, fine, this is the basic. Can I actually go back in to customize? You can now go back in and go into just checking. Then you can now decide to want to now start tracking everything that is here, if at all you know how to do it. Okay, and if you actually want to get more template from them, when you click this form, it opens their website directly. You can actually see that they have their normal conventional one here, and they are telling you that you can actually also do what? Edit more on the top. So when you go back there to the form, you can see that you want to add phone number, text, you want to add email address, you want to add URL, you want to add telephone, you want to add a number, anything you want to add. They already have all this here. All you need to do is just actually click on it, then it will come into places. If I click on, so we have email address, the home, this, so I can say telephone number. So when I look telephone number, this is what it gives you, this the feed, it gives, then I'll say insert tag. So where, and first of all, I need to know where to add it. So let me say I want to add it under here. So come there and I said I want to add telephone. I say yes, add the tag. So you give me this telephone tag, which is this, which I don't need a tag. I think I need a phone number. So let me see. Spin-off phone number, that's what it had. Let me see. Insert phone number. Now let's see how it looks like. I don't know how it's going to look like, but let's see how it looks like. Just form, refresh. How does it look like? So it didn't even come out. So he just gave me, it came out, it gave me a box, but it didn't give me the title. So which means I have to now do what? Add what? A label on it, on this very particular one. I put up a label and I said your phone number. So I can do phone number. So let's go back again and refresh and go back again and check. I felt there's a red, I saw red something there. See your phone number. So you see it came out, your phone number. So we have your email, this, and your phone number. Even though I saw something red there, which means I didn't get it right or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I don't know what's there. So your email, so what is the thing? So it makes me, it probably want me to multiple form control in a uh single label element. I don't care. Go away. So usually that's how you do it. Then you get it done, and let's refresh this, then you get that. But usually that is the basics of contact form. They don't have more of beautification, they don't have more of, more options, more functionality, some certain, rigorous, demand. Let's say maybe you have a customer that is saying, oh, I want to have this on the form. I want to have the option. I want to have that. I want to have that. You cannot achieve that using this very particular form, but we can achieve that using the WP form, which is going to be the next one we'll talk about. But before we talk about that, let me see if we have any question. Please, if you have any question, raise your hand up. Let's talk about it before we move on to the next form. Uh, any question? Network is very bad, Ijoma. I understand. I was once there before. I know how the network will always be. So forget say we enjoy and from here, no network issues. But we really wish things would get better back there in the country. Okay. I really wish that. That's my prayer for everybody. I have families there too, so it's not that I'm just thinking I'm here, but I still have people there that I care for, families, friends, students, and a lot of communities that I've devote my time and my resources with. So I'm always praying for things to get better. All right. Okay, so if there is no questions, we can actually move to the next form, which is the WPW form. Okay, the WPW form, the WPWP form, it is more rigorous, more better than that of the one that we use. Okay, so now we can actually look at for us to have that form. This is a follow-up form, which means this comes in alongside every single team that you install. If you install 1,000 team, you must see contact, contact 7. It is a very popular uh, plugin that comes in as follow-come. All right. So, but now you want to actually have more functionality, you want to get more things done, you want to get your hands dirty when it comes to customizing something that is going to be unique. Your customers are actually asking for an extra features. They want this to be like this, to be like that. You can achieve it with a plugin. So all you just need to do is to go to plugin, add new plugin. So let's search for WPWP, WP form. That's what we search, and we can actually have it. Now there's the first one here. Look at it. WP form, easy form builder for WordPress, contact form, payments form, survey, etc. All we need to do is to click install and activate. Then when you install it, then the next thing you want to do is to activate it. Then you can actually now have uh, this now on your platform. So when you activate it, this pop-up will show telling you to just go straight and actually create your first ever form. You can actually do that, which is not a big deal. So let's create our first form. Okay, you create the first one. Now it brings you here. Remember, it is a free plugin, but if you want to really achieve eight, like you want to achieve all the whole functionalities and all the juice that is here, you need to actually do what? Get the pro version. Of course, the pro version comes in with so many things. Like if you look at here now, add-on templates, you can see business operations. When you talk about agreements, contact us, employment, order, payments on the calculator, education, finance, fitness. You come to customer survey, you come to education, you come to entertainment, come to feedback, you can see so many things there. You can actually see newsletter, lead capture, non-profit donation, volunteer registration, all you can actually achieve them. Now you can either just come in here and type in what you want to achieve, or you want to actually start scrolling to look for. It depends on you. Now we can actually see a free ones all through, but at the same time you can see some of them also that are pro version. So there's a lot of ones you can actually see that you can actually use, but many of them are also what? Pro version. You can actually see the right pro. You can see all the pro, you see the pro, you know. So let's go for the free ones. Now, this here seems to be free. Now, it depends on what do you want to achieve. So if your customer is saying, I want to achieve XYZ on the form, they want you to do this, they want to add this, fine. You can start with a blank form, which is just totally blank, or you can just go and pick anyone and just start with that. So it depends on what you want. What do you think you would like your customers to actually do with the form? So you just don't create any form for creating sake, because we already have a form that has been created that is here on the contact form. So what do you need the form for? So if you already have this, why will you need any other one? So if you think you still want to put up a form on your website, or the client say they need a form that can do more than what you have already have here, maybe they say they want you to have where somebody can actually choose options of something. They want you to do that. They want to do this. That is the reason why you need WP form, because that is what is beautiful. All right. So let's say we just want to have just a normal form. Let's go to all templates. So we can actually have a form generated with AI. That is also possible. You can actually do that. Write simple prompts to create complex form centered to your specific need. Well, we don't have one now. You can actually do what? Create a blank form, or you create a simple form. So when you go to the simple form and click use form, you can actually see that it gives you the basic information. You can see the name, the surname, the email address, and also content or comment or message, whatever. That is the basic. You now can decide to want to make it better than what it is now. You want to make it look extensively better, you can actually do that. All right. On the setup section, which is this section here, it's where you need to actually get to understand all that it actually happens here. You can see the feed, which is what we have. On the setting of the feed comes in with the site administration email, which already we know it's admin at ejomajon blah blah blah.com. All these informations are here, which is good and accurate. If confirmation, this is the message you can actually decide to edit. Where once somebody filled the form, the message the person will receive: thank you for contacting us. We will be in touch shortly. It might be what you want. You can now come here and edit whatever thing you want to edit. You can actually do that. Preview after confirmation cannot be possible because it's a pro version. You can actually see notification comes into your email, which is what we need. The theme that we're using, we can customize it. We also, you can actually get some other protection, enable modern anti-spam protection, enable minimal time spent. All those can be done. If you want to have it, you can actually do all that. They're all enabled on these sections. Now, general comes in with this section here where we have simple contact form. You cannot change this to any form you want. Customer requests. So we can do that. Customer request form. All right, so that can actually be there. You can root submit, or you can say make your requests here. So all that you can actually do, okay? So all this, then you click save. So it's saved. So now we're going back to the feed. So this is what we have. Customer request form, you can see it's already updated here. Now, the first name, is that what you want? Do you want them to put their first name and their last name, their email address? Do you want phone number? Unfortunately, well, you can see that the phone number cannot work because they are actually on the Pro version. When I click on it, it's going to tell you upgrade to Pro. So you can actually not use it. So if really you want to use this form very, very badly and you think a customer needs you to use it and it's important, you can also get it through the information that I send on this our chat here. All you need to do is to go into the platform. Then you do what? Go in and actually search for WP Form Pro. Then you see it, you download it, then install it. After you've installed this one, you now install the Pro, and the Pro will now open everything that has to do with the Pro versions. You can now see, you can even make payments. You can actually make payments. You can actually, with Stripe, you can actually do so many things. They even allow the payments to be free. So the payment is even free. It's not faint. You can see it's not faint. Multiple items drop down. You can do so much with that. They can even see total amount. So pay on this place. You can even upload file. So even somebody says, can you create me a form that people can upload their CV, for example, people can upload their certificate, people can upload whatever thing they want people to upload. You can also have access to that. You can also put password. You can do so many stunts with this guy. It's so ridiculous, when it comes to the futures. You can use Capacha. You can do all that. So we have these. When it comes to numbers, if I put this now as numbers, yeah, I can just come in here and put uh phone number. I can just put uh your phone number, or I can say your number, or I can do that. I can just put phone number. I think I like that phone number. That makes me now, I want to change. So is it going to be required? Now you can leave it as optional, or you can leave it as required. Now, when you click this button called required, which means you see this red dot will not be on top of it, which means somebody must put his phone number. If the person did not put his phone number, the form cannot, you cannot even click on request because it will telling you something is missing, or to show red, that you've not done something. So you can see the name is required, the email address, I can say your email. So your name, I can also put your names. So I can put S in front of it because it's going to be your first name and your last name, your email address, your phone number. You can actually do that. And the comment section, is it going to be required? No, it's going to be optional in case the person feel like putting that message there. So you can say, let us know how we can help. Let us know how we can help. So now that person can now, type it here. You can even go inside and say, type, your message here. So when the type your message here, look at the type your message here, so the person knows you need to type his message. And if you don't want to do this, type your message here, you want to show it inside here, you can also do that as well by going into placeholder and type it here. So you can see this one gives you access, but when doesn't mean because it's showing here that if it's just telling you type your message here. So the person, once the person start typing, the type your message here will disappear. So I like that one more than this one actually, because this one is just in case you want to give instruction. I think I like to description. I like to use it in case I want to say upload, like for example, now I can say upload, for example, your CV. you know. So that is that's more of like an instruction. So you can actually upload your CV. So you can do something like that as well there, but when it comes to the advanced, you can give you access to type in that placeholder inside your message. You can do that. Now we go back to the form. You can see that we have, so many things. You can have multiple choice. Let's say, for example, I can actually have multiple choice. See multiple choice. I can decide to say, for example, multiple choice here. I can say, choose, choose from the list of our services. So here I can put, for example, web design. Here I can put digital marketing. Here I can put SEO. Then I can add, if I want to add more, I just click on the plus sign to give me more. I just want to click on the plus sign, which means I can click minus and I can click plus. So here I can also do what? Social media marketing. All right, etc. So you can do as many things you want to do. Here it's talking about use image. So if you're saying use image, which means you actually just wanted to also add image on each of them so that you look this way, just to make it look nice. So if you want, you can actually just do what? Add image. You can, choose to say you want to add image. For example, I just want to add let me say I just want to add this uh image if you want to. It's not necessary for you to do it, but in case you want to do it, fine, you can actually do that. You go back here also and choose, the one you want. You go back again and choose, so any other one you want. It's just up to you, depending on what you want, how you want it. But if you don't want the image, you don't need to choose the image, okay? You can actually do that, all right? So now you have that there. So now you can see you already have all those. You can have it. If you don't want it, you do what? You take it off. You can say image are not cropped or resized. For best results, they should be same size, 250 by 250 pixel or smaller. So they needs to also be on the same size. That is it. But I don't like using image, so I take it off. You want to use icon, you can click icon. You say heads up. In order to use the icon choices feature in an icon library must be downloaded, blah, 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 blah. So I don't need to use it. Now, is this section what required? Yes. Now, why is it required? I want you to make a choice by choosing one of these services, so I make it required. If I want it to be optional, but I don't want, if you don't choose it, there's no problem. I can make it optional. It is definitely totally up to you. And I click save. Then I also can go back to add field. Now you can see multiple choice. This one is called drop down or checkbox. So if you click on this, it gives you another flare. So this one now is C. This one is actually click this guy. This one again now is what? Checkbox. So you can actually check the one you want. If you want to check any of the two, you can actually do that. So when we click on it, it gives you check boxes, which means I can check this, I can check that. Just the way it's supposed to be, I can do all that. So it's check. So it depends on you. Decide what you want. You can actually also do what the same thing here. If you go back again to this other one, it says what drop down. If you go back to drop down and click on it, it gives you access to choose your drop down. So when you click on it, you can see your options here. So when you click, you can see either option one, option two, option three. Those are also what you get on your form. Also required, yes. If I go to multiple choice, required, yes. So all these are required because I'm clicking the required button to actually get it done. So they're all important. You choose, So when you go back, so you can see that now you understand what it works, you can see what you can do with them and all that. When you are done, you click save. Then when you're done clicking save, now you can actually now do what? Go back to your admin what section And now you can go back to your form, click on your form. You're going to see the form that you just created. So look at the one, customer request form. That's what we have. So look at the code. You copy the code. Now you need to go also to a page and also put in what the code. So let's go to since it's just what we're using. So we just go back there and I can just delete everything here about that guy. I can come here now and add form. You can see now the form here is even showing. So it's either I add the link, which is this guy here, or I can decide to click form. And as you can see, the one that is here, request form, or I can choose from any other one. You can see I have it here. I can click it. The same thing. It will also do what? Appear. So I can do it here, or I can copy the link and paste it here. Then I'll go back again and also do update. Now, when I update, I'll go back and I say, okay, I want to see the page. Now let's go back now. You can see the page. Now you can see you can see now, you can compare this with other one. We have the name, we have the email, we have the phone number. We actually also request for what you want us to do. We can actually have multiple choice. We can actually choose drop down. We can actually choose web design. All this we can actually do and do what? At the end of the day, we click on what? Make a request. So when I click make a request, now it's saying there's no name. Like I told you the last time, as long as they are actually what required, all of this information must be filled. If you don't put them, then these guys will not actually work. So they are also important to put your name, your last name, and all that. So we can actually do that, solve all those problems. Come in here and also do what? Put in any information we want to put in, blah, 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 blah. And now we can actually do what? Great. So now you can see your contact us. You see that message we'll show at the first contact us. We will be in touch with you shortly. Remember, so we can customize it. You can make it look the way you want it to look. Now, when she go back and check, she can see that we've already do what the message that's come. Now, if you're using the pro version have what we call entries. So when you click entries, you're supposed to see it. So you can see now we can't see all the entries until you upgrade. You can now start seeing. So you don't even need to go to where your contact us, your email address that you have, or official email address. You don't need to even go there. From your back end, you're supposed to see every entry of every form that anybody filled. You're supposed to see them here. But that is actually for the pro version users. So you can see all those entries over there. As it just comes in, it will even show you 1 entry, 10 entry, 100 entry. You can actually see the entries here and you can access them here and you can see all the informations and everything. So, so that is very, very good about that. So please, you can actually raise your hand up if you have any questions that I can actually explain. If you have any, please raise your hand up and actually ask. I don't want to use the comment section because I don't want to show the link of the one that we have, the one I posted. So anybody have any questions or you are confused or is there anything you want me to actually double check? Okay, so no questions and that's good. So we have, let me put in my Zoom back, share. All right. So what we have in this is we focus on using the plugin. So we've done contact us form, we've done WP form, create form, customize the form and setting up email notification. So like I said, right now on the form, go to the setting. So it's actually asking for license. If at all we want to use the pro version, we can actually do so. They even try as much as possible to do backup for you. You can actually see that. So all we need to do is to customize this. So we'll go to the email section on the email. So here you can actually choose how to set up your color. If you want to have your logo probably to be on every form that you feel that you can actually come in and actually do what put in your logo. It will now be on the form that we are failing. What happened is supposed to show, am I not, let me see. It's not showing. Okay, let me take this guy off. Okay, see it here. I was surprised. So Ijoma John, now it will now show on top of every form. She can decide to actually change the colors now, but they said it's going to be on pro version for that to be able to achieve. But you can also, first of all, the background is for free. You can actually change background if you want to change for free. But all these are also pro version. Yes. Yeah, good night there. So you can actually change all those. You can actually customize this one, automate email sending. If you click on it, so the email synchronize, which can make processes faster, but may delay email delivery by a minute or two. Well, as long as it will be faster. Carbon copy enable this ability to CC email address into the form notification setting. So which means when you actually enable this, this allow you to be able to get a copy of every particular notification that you have. Well, as long as you're getting the entry, I don't think there's point because you're getting entry of every form. So there's no point actually looking for any having an email version of it. It depends on you, definitely. You click save, then we can actually go in and look for captcha. If you think you want the captcha, but sorry, before we click the captcha, you can actually see now that there's a different view of how your your form will look like. So we have the classic, we have the compact, every other one apart from plain text, they're all pro version. So you can see this is the let's preview the one for, so this is how it's going to come. This email is going to come this way. That's how it's going email going to come. The other one will come this way. So which one would you like for you to have it this way? Sent from Ijoma John, blah, 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 every of these things, or you think you will like this one. So it's up to you which one you like, and you can actually now choose it from whether you want to use the compact or you want to use the classic. I'll leave it at classic. If you want it to be dark, you can actually also choose the background to be dark, but I want it to be light. And on the dark, you can decide to upload an image that can fit in on back dark background, which you can actually do. You can do that as well. But we have it on the lights, which is this, that you can actually do as well. Now on the captcha, same thing, just for more of like not to have spam, you can actually use the captcha. And the captcha, you can actually go into Google and actually get your captcha link also sent in, which you can actually do that. So if, for example, if I click this captcha, ask me to do what? Read the walkthrough on how to get your, go to Google, get the links to come and actually put on this very particular one here, which you can actually do. It's totally up to you. The problem with the captcha that I have over time is when you use captcha, recaptcha, sometimes it misfunction, and it will not allow your form to go through. And somebody will be, battling on how to go through with it. So sometimes it work perfectly well, and sometimes it don't. The validation actually also is nice. You can actually have require sections, everything you want to put here, you can actually do all that. You just take your time, come in and set up all these things. You want to be receiving payments, you can actually also, set up the preference of the based on your current, your country currency, you can actually select. You can actually connect with Stripe because they actually allow you as a free user to be able to do so. But the thing is, they'll be charging you 3% fee per transaction until you actually upgrade to Pro to remove the additional fee and also unlock other features that are there. You can actually do all that. Integration as well, in case you want to integrate with any other platforms, you can do so, but they don't actually allow you for free version. The only free version they have is Constant Contact if you want to. Geolocation as well, you can actually choose the way it's going to look like on your geolocation. They also want you to upgrade to pro version if you want someone to be able to see the city. You want to be able to see city, country, postcode, and zip code, latitudes, address, embedded maps, and Google Map APIs, and Maxbox API. All these you can achieve them with Pro. Access. This is also something that the Pro version is required. Miss Minors, you can come here and hide announcements, hide the bar, for menu admin bar, which means if you do so, it will not show admin bar menu. All these things you can actually choose to do so. You can hide announcement, hide bar for menu, hide AI features, allow user tracking, disable email summary, uninstall. All these things you can actually achieve that. It is you that will customize them. But so far, so good now. Your platform is customized, and if anytime any email comes in, it goes in smoothly, and you can customize the email to how you want it, no matter how you want it, no matter what the customer say he wants, you can achieve that. And of course, you can have access to get the pro version, and you can use it extensively to achieve every other part that is requiring you to also upgrade. That will give you the ability to be able to do more than you can actually do with the free one. But by the way, with the free one, you can actually do so much, because you can actually, add as many sections, customize them, do what you want to do with them, and it's very unique to actually use. So with what we have achieved with this guy here with the form, you can actually go into the form again by clicking what? Edit. If you want to, you can actually go in and click edit, sorry, from this section. It will bring you back again into the form, and you can change anything you want to change. Let's say, for example, the client say, oh, can you adjust this? Can you add this? Can you remove this? Can you edit this? Can you do that? You can go back to the form and go and do all those stuffs that the client say he wants. Let's say, for example, oh, remove this, upload your CV. You go in there and just go there and delete that and click what? Save. That's all. Take the client. Can you please refresh now from your side? The client goes back again and actually do what? Refresh, and the form will also open again for him. Now you can see there's no upload your CV there, and that is exactly what it is. You can actually do all those customizations and make sure that everything is working the way you will love it to work. And that's it. There's no really special thing about how to use this. It's straightforward, it's unique. If you try it one more time, and the good thing about it is you try to do all that you want to do, save, you go and check it. You don't like one thing, you go back there and edit it and add, test as many things, and try as many things. But as long as it comes to form building, that is what you need, WP form. If you also want to have the regular, just the normal conventional form, which we have, you can be okay with what contact form will give you. So it's up to you. You want to use just this, or you actually want to have extensive results with the WP form builder. So that is just what you need. So we are actually done with the class for today, because what we have for the class for today is just this very particular uh, two sections, which is the plugin contact form plugins, WP form to create form, customize form, and setting up email notification, which is what we've already covered. So they just any information that comes that goes into the mail. But if you're using the free the paid one, or even from your WordPress website, you will get firsthand that very particular entry. And like I said, this very particular form, the pro version, it is actually available for you on Barbiato. So all you need to do on the comment section, I already have the what they call it, the email address and the password. You just don't change it. Just go in there, log in, and search for what they call it, WP Form Pro. You will see it there. You download it, then you can actually now do what? Use it for what we are talking about. Because this video is going to be live on everywhere, so I can't start doing that stunt, because of course you know definitely that they will actually see this video and they expect you that you have to buy it. They will not be happy to see you that you're going through all the resources to get it. That's one reason why I can't do this. But I know on the previous video I've shown us how to go into the Barbiato platform, how to log in, how to search for any of these plugins, themes that you need, and also in case they require you to use a key, they will show you how to get a key. It's there. You copy it and put it there. Then you can actually now have access to go in and do whatever thing you want to do. So it is very easy for you, and I'm sure you can actually achieve that. So please, do you have any questions before we close? Any question? Because we're following the timetable that we have. So do you have any question? All right. So if you don't have any question, then we're gonna close because we tomorrow I will be in an occasion, and there's an event that I'm going to be going for, and I know I'm not going to be back home as early to be able to take the class. And even though if I'm back early, I'm going to be coming in very, very, on the other next level. So I would not want to come in and start speaking English and say, hello, how are you doing, boys and girls? I start speaking big English here. So the best thing is we're not going to have a class tomorrow. And let's see what we have next on our timetable. So we have done this today, which means we've covered these two today, which I'm going to, edit to make it one very particular one here. I'm going to work on this. So it's going to be this section. Then, whew, what the hell? So the next class we're going to have is going to be e-commerce with WooCommerce. So we're going to be talking about what is WooCommerce, how to install the plugin, how to set up basic store information, how to talk about currency, shipping tax, setting, adding products, simple products, variation products, organizing product categories, tags and attributes, setting up payment gateway, PayPal, Stripes, managing orders and inventory, customizing product pages using theme and page builder, adding additional e-commerce functionality via plugin, which means that I can explain that when you get to that class. Then we'll now, after that one, we're now go into WordPress security, how we can actually make sure we secure our websites, and then we can talk about the final project and building a client-ready WordPress, which means this one will be so very beautiful because though I'm gonna hide that video, I'm gonna hide it outside public domain because it's gonna be client information because it's gonna be client out, which means what I mean is I will take you through the process of how I get my domain name, how I get my contract, how I get my hosting, how I start building the website, what I do, how I do it. It's more like you are going to be sitting on my shoulder to watch me work on client's website from start to finish. And once I'm done with it, you see how I'm done with it. You also see how I submit the project, whatever communication that I have with the client by saying, oh, add this, remove this, edit that, all those things you see firsthand. And when I will give them the final login details and all the information that they need to be able to manage their website, that is where I hands up. And if the client now said they want me to manage the website, you can also get that information and you see what I will do. So it is also going to be how to set up client contract pricings, maintaining agreement, how to communicate with client about their project and goals, best practice of designing client-ready site, responsible SEO, blah, 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 how to test the website before you go live, final check before launching a website, setting up backup maintenance, blah, 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 all of them. But Amasi, talk to me before we go.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Evening, Badamasi.
Yeah, thank you for your good job, sir.
You're
I
most welcome.
actually came in late. I'm sorry for that.
That's all right.
So, sir, my question is this. I want to confirm, I want to really know the difference between share hosting and VPS.
So Am I sharing my screen? Yes, I'm sharing. So the difference between, let's go to Namecheap, right? Yeah. So let's go to hosting. So we have share hosting. Yeah. So let's open it one place. VPN. Let's open it one place. So the share hosting here allow you to be able to come in and have your hosting, set up for clients. Like you have one website you want to design, or you have three websites you want to design, or you want to just, design, multiple websites on that hostings, or you want to have unlimited website on that hostings. Please understand that anytime anybody tells you unlimited, it is not possible because there's going to always be a markup. Like this very particular hosting now, they say unlimited. Let me bring it to dollar. They're saying unlimited. So now unlimited that they're giving you here, it has markup. 50 gig is the markup, SD, which means even though you want to design, you want to create 100 websites, as long as all of them will fit in under that very gigabyte space that you have, no problem. And okay, but at the same time, you also need to also understand that share hosting is they have a very big server and they are sharing it with a lot of people from different parts of the world. They are not seeing each other. They are not affecting each other. Your hosting is actually carved, dedicated for you. It's just like, let's say, for example, they have 1 billion gig dedicated for share hosting, and you have about less than 1 billion people trying to actually, use part of it. So they'll give you, yeah, now, for example, now, if you come to this very particular hosting, they're giving you 20 gig space. 20 gig for 1 billion gig. It's as if you can't even know if anybody's using it. Even if somebody's using what? 50, it doesn't even know whether somebody's using it. So it's not affecting you, it's not affecting anybody. It's just that they just decide to say, we know that some people cannot be able to have money to go for VPN or go for other big, hosting. So we just want to just give you an avenue for you to have dedicated one based on what you want to do. So some people just want to have one website. There's no way you that have 20 gig want to exhaust it. Even if you have 1 gig, there is no way for 1 year you can exhaust it unless send a video and audio you post for your website. As long as it's just the basic information like we have on any other website, you will not even feel it. The website will not even feel your presence. That is for share hosting. It doesn't have anything to do with, oh, it's shared hosting. Am I sharing with people? No, nobody. It's not even affected. You don't have access to another person, that person don't have access to you. They were just a means to be able to let people be able to buy that space. Now, but when you come to the VPS, it's another different whole level because this one give you access to be able to control everything. This is dedicated to you, doesn't mean it's not also in a server where they fetch to give you a particular section dedicated to you for you to use. So this one is more like somebody saying, oh, we want to build a school curriculum, or we want to have our server dedicated for our school. So we need to have a very gigantic server to help all the section of the students who they're doing IT. We want to do the admin. These people need a space where it's dedicated to them. You can't bring them to start using share hosting. You have to take them to start using dedicated server. If every one of you have had all the time that you hear honorary president talk about, oh, we all have our dedicated server. We were never using shared hosting, neither WordPress hosting, neither reseller. We never even used VPS where we're using dedicated server. That was what we are using. So now you can see that when it comes to dedicated server, it's a quite different top tier performance, system because it gives you a whole different level more than even what this guy is giving you. So this guy is giving you, yes, you can have the control to actually have CPUs, which you don't have actually with this guys here. You don't have anything like CPUs, but this guy have CPUs, which means they are using core heavy duty servers to be able to power whatever services you want to render. So they have like 1,000 gigabytes, 3,000 gigabytes, 6,000 gigabytes. All these are actually what you get when it comes to VPS. But when it comes to the dedicated server, it's quite different because what they are actually using on their own platform is different. The costs are extraordinary. So you get things like 100 terabytes per month, not even per year, per month. So you can't compare the size. That way, you can compare the price. That way, you can compare what you can achieve with dedicated server, with VPS, and also with share hosting. So share hosting is just for regular web designers, IT consultants who just want to create sites for themselves and for clients. But when it comes to a project where they are actually looking for a very mighty server to power some certain, you go for VPS. If they are now using for some of them all when it comes to core demand, then you go for dedicated server. Dedicated server there, you can create sub VPS, you can create sub share hosting, you can do anything you want to do. So that is actually what it is, Badamasi.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir,
Most
if
welcome.
should in case now, probably
Yeah,
I go for share hosting.
yeah.
Then after like 6 months, I feel, oh no, this share hosting cannot carry me any longer.
Mm,
And I switch to VPS
yeah.
easily.
So what you're saying is, let's say you actually go for share hosting and you're using
Yes,
share
sir.
hosting for a while and you think you actually your level has gone beyond share hosting, you want to go to VPS,
Yes.
right? Whether you
Yes.
can switch, yes, you can switch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but remember also when it comes to the share hosting, they also have tier levels. You can actually see on the share hosting, when we all want to start, we advise you to start with the first one here, which you actually get for $2 in a month. If you times it in a year, they give you you pay like about 17.76 dollars for 1 year. And if you want to renew it, you renew it for what? $48.88 in a year. But the most important thing is you can create up to 3 websites here, which means you have your first domain name that is connected with your hosting. You can add add-on domain, another one, which is 2, and add-on domain, another one, which is 3, and you have 20 gigabytes. Now, if you think your level has gone beyond this guy, you can upgrade to what? This very particular guy here. Now, when you upgrade to this guy, what happens? It gives you access to, sorry, it give you, wait, where are we? It give you access to more. Now it's telling you unlimited websites. Now, unlimited website is telling you, is giving you more than what this guy is giving you, which means more than this guy. And now you can do more than just 3 websites. All of them is going to be add-on domain, add-on domain, add-on domain. But if you look at the pricing here, for the first year, you're paying 17 here, but in the first year, you're paying 28. Now, the next year, you're renewing with 48, but the next year, you're renewing with 78, 74.88. Now, if you think your level has grown beyond this guy, you can now move to the next guy here that is actually doing what? Unlimited website as well. But the difference is this guy is using 20 gig, this guy is using between 35 gig, this guy is using 50 gig. So now, before you can be able to say you want to use this guy and you think you're gone beyond this guy, that might have taken up to 2 years or so before you now move to this guy. It take you 2 to 3 years or 4 years before you now move to this guy, depending on what you're doing on your website. Now, like for me, what I do sometimes is I buy a dedicated server or I buy a VPN server, depending on the kind of clients I have. So I have, let me say I have like about 4 different categories of clients that I have. The first categories of client that I have, I can actually buy this very particular guy here and actually can actually start creating their websites there. All I'm doing is every single time I want to create a website, I log into this very particular hosting account. I do it and I just go straight to where my search domain name, I'll search for the domain name, buy only the domain name and the SSL certificate, and what I will now go straight and do what? Start creating a website. So now I was doing this before and I felt I've outgrown this and I need to go to VPS. And I felt, oh, they have reseller hosting. Why will I go to VPN? So I now buy their reseller hosting. When I click the reseller hosting, I have an access to buy this. Yearly, I'm paying this amount of money a year. This is what I pay. So I buy this guy and I have 25 C panels. 25 C panels is for 25 clients. And I said, wow, that's good. So I buy this 25 C panel. The moment I have my 24 clients, the last one, 25, I will now do what? Upgrade to the one that have 100 C panel. They will help me move every of this 25 C panel into this one. I will now have access to 75 C panels. I'll do what? I will now start, making my money because one, I charge clients, less than ₦1 million, because that's what I do. If you convert the money that I charge here to what if with the currency there, sometimes the cheapest I collect is £800, £500 if it's coming from a sublettor, which means if somebody refer or gave me a job, they collected so much money from a client, maybe £2,000, £3,000, it gives you £500 or £600 or £800. If you want to get also from a direct client, you can charge 1,500, 2,000, depending on what you want to charge. So it's even more than ₦1 million. So I can be able to manage whatever hosting I want to buy because just one client's money is enough for me to renew this. For me to renew this guy for next year is how much? $442 what dollars. $442. It is less than the amount of money that I collect for a client. Even if I collect £400, £400 is more than $442. Probably I will be spending about maybe 350 or £340 to be able to meet up to this amount of money. So if I collect one client's money in a month for any job that I do, it's enough for me to pay for this. So every other money that I'm making is in my pocket. Next year, one client's money that I will get, I will use it to renew this. And if I've gotten up to 100 C panel, which means 100 clients on this very particular hosting, all I need to do is to upgrade to the one of what? 150. And 150 is what? 670 pounds, dollars. If I have a client that pays me 800 pounds for a project, it's more than enough for me to do what? Pay this for a year. So I can maintain from this status quo to this until I have exhausted 150 C panels. I can now start thinking of VPS. Now on VPS, I can now, here, I can have more than 300, 400 C panels of clients here because it's using CPUs. Okay, and I have 40 gig SDR and I have 1,000 gigabytes. So it's way beyond because if you look at this guy, their own is 150 gigabytes. So here I have how many? 1,000 gigabytes, which means I can do times. This guy is giving me 150 C panel. If I'm having 150 gig for what? 150 C panel, which means I'll have what? 1,000 C panels as well here. So that means I can have up to 1,000 clients using this very one. And the amount of money, you were like, oh, the money is what in dollars? Let's see how much in dollars. You come and say it's going to be what? A year. Let me go yearly. Yeah. It's going to be yearly. So renew, they're telling me you're paying, it's very cheap. You pay $82 and renew at 82. No, this is not true. I don't understand. Wait, let me check. Is it monthly or is it yearly? Yearly is what they're telling me to pay. Are you sure? Don't let me go and buy this immediately. I don't know if it's mistake. So it's 82 point. Oh, what? So it's $7 per month. That's what you get. Then if you be $7 per month times in 12, so let's say 82. Now renew with the same amount of money, they didn't even add anything on top of it. Same thing with this guy, same thing with this guy. So, but of course, I think more of the customizations on how to customize is not going to be like flexible because it's going to be giving you the back end, expecting you that you know how to maintain, all this stuff and all that. But the understanding is yes, you can start from somewhere, grow, then go in and grow, and also from here, that takes you years, and you can actually still achieve that. Yes, of course.
Thank you, sir. Sir, but I need your advice at this point.
Okay.
I actually want to build a website,
Yeah.
which I have like, let me say 10 gigabyte of audios
Yeah.
that I want to upload on this
Yeah.
website.
How
That is
many
one.
gig?
Then the second thing, 10
How many
gig,
gig?
10 gigabyte.
10 gigabytes.
Yes, boss. Yes,
You
of
want to upload
audios.
10 gigabytes on your website.
Yes, boss.
Why? What is inside the thing that you want to upload on your website?
No, they are just like these, let me say, lectures, Islamic preaching, stuff like that.
Okay, so are they video are they videos? Are they audios?
They are audios.
They are audios.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so if they are audios, what you will do is you will go to SoundCloud or any
Okay.
MP3 website that is available for free.
Okay.
You will upload
Okay.
those teachings on that
Okay.
SoundCloud, for example. I keep using SoundCloud because SoundCloud is very good. So when you upload
Okay.
them on SoundCloud, you copy their link
Okay.
because they have
Okay.
embedded link. You copy the embedded link, okay, on SoundCloud. When you copy the link, you come and paste the link on
Okay.
every single sections that you want to also upload all those. So when anybody is come there, sorry,
At this point, I will just flush your account. You can't access anything again.
are you talking to me here?
Not me, sir. I think someone is
Okay.
not me.
So when you go to SoundCloud, upload all the teachings on SoundCloud, you copy the embedded code, the link of the embedded one. You come
Okay, sir.
into any sections on your website that you want to put them and paste the link. So all the load is on SoundCloud, not on your website. So you can use
Okay.
share hosting, even the cheap one, the first one, you can use it because
Okay.
all the whole 10 gigabyte is not on your
Yeah.
website server, it's on
Website.
SoundCloud
Okay.
server. So you copy the
Okay.
link so
Okay.
somebody can listen to the link with the teachings on your website without even going to SoundCloud.
Website.
They will listen to it
SoundCloud. Okay.
everything there on your website. So you don't actually need to actually stress your hosting at all.
Okay. 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 All right. Thank you so much. I'm
It's
okay
okay.
with
It's
that.
all right.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Any more questions? All right. So I will be seeing you guys. I will send you the next time. It's just because I feel you guys are actually not will be busy during the week. If not, some of the times on the weekdays I'm free, but I just feel you guys will be busy. But I think we will discuss that in the group to see if there is any weekdays that you guys think is going to be free or you guys are going to be available, then we can actually try to do something again, maybe weekdays, or if it comes into only the weekend, we can also look at it. So I will engage with us in the group to know what best time during next week and also beyond one is the best time for us to have this class again. So I want to say thank you for coming through. I'll see you soon again. Thank you, guys. Bye for now.